Her name was Leora Ven, a dancer from a backwater mining moon in the Helix Verge. To the courts of the galactic elite, she was just another performer, a beautiful woman with strange eyes, shimmering with traces of cosmic dust, born under a dying red star. Her talent was known, her reputation whispered across the midrings, and when the High Sovereign of the Varelian Empire announced a planetary gala, Leora was summoned like a songbird in a gilded cage. She arrived alone. No entourage. No lords to sponsor her. Just her breathtaking presence and the haunting music that followed her steps. The throne world of Varaxis had never seen a woman like her. Dignitaries from 27 star systems had gathered to witness the final gala of the sovereign's reign. The empire, bloated and corrupt, teetered on the edge of collapse. The old sovereign had no heir, only vultures in noble robes. She was not meant to matter. And yet, when she stepped onto the mirrored floor of the sovereign hall, time paused. Every step she took shimmered with gravitational rhythm, every turn of her body twisted light around her, and her dance, it spoke. Not to the nobles, not to the court, but to something older. Something beneath the throne. They had summoned her for beauty. But her performance awakened something ancient. The Varelian Empire was built on subjugation, gilded in pageantry, and bathed in illusion. For over 6 centuries, they had silenced dissent with wealth and erased memory with spectacle. Entertainment was control. Dance was a distraction. And women like Leora were disposable tools of forgetfulness. But Leora hadn't come to forget. Her mother died on a mining ship crushed under quotas from Varelian quotas. Her father disappeared in the gulags of the outer moons after reciting an illegal poem. And Leora? She had learned to hide her rage in rhythm. To turn grief into motion. To fold rebellion into elegance. When she began her second dance, known only in ancient circles as the Song of Storms, few in the chamber recognized it. But the throne did. The imperial throne was not just a seat. It was a relic from before the empires, before even the first starships. It was sentient, bound by ancient code to choose its next ruler not by blood, but by resonance. And Leora resonated. Her steps cracked the air. The golden banners frayed. Lights dimmed. Winds rose inside a sealed chamber. Nobles cried out. Some fled. Others dropped to their knees, not in worship, but in terror. The throne stirred. For the first time in 300 years, its voice echoed, the bloodline ends. The throne rises for the Stormborn. Guards rushed forward. The High Sovereign, ancient and confused, demanded her arrest. Leora didn't stop dancing. Her body floated. Her skin shimmered with ancestral memory. The throne moved. Not rolled. Not hovered. It moved. It walked down the dais like a beast awakening. Every step crushed marble. Leora's feet kissed the floor. She bowed. And the throne knelt. The empire fractured overnight. Some systems declared allegiance to Leora immediately, claiming her as the prophesied flame of renewal. Others condemned her as a witch, a deceiver, an assassin with no blood claim. But Leora didn't want the crown. She wanted change. And so she did what no one expected. She disbanded the High Council. Burned the royal line seals. Released every prisoner convicted of ideological crimes. She turned the throne into a voice, not a weapon. But empires do not die quietly. 3 dukes launched civil war within days. Mercenary fleets loyal to the old court invaded the mining colonies, trying to re-establish control. Assassins tried to reach her. Poison found its way into her tea. Gravity traps appeared under her quarters. None worked. Because Leora had awakened more than just a relic. Her dance had triggered an ancient protocol. A species once forgotten, the Seraphians, stirred beneath the crust of Varaxis. Ethereal beings made of memory and time. They had been the creators of the throne. And they remembered her. To them, she was not Leora. She was the refrain, the echo of a promise made millennia ago. A pact to bring balance when power became wrought. One by one, these beings appeared. Silent. Watching. And with them, power shifted. Leora used this power not for conquest, but for dismantling. She traveled to each system, not on warships, but barefoot, bearing scrolls of reform. Where others built statues, she built schools. Where others ruled from above, she danced in the streets. And her throne followed. It walked like a beast, silent behind her. The people called it the Throne Walker. The crown that did not demand bows, but followed truth. And those who resisted? Their fleets malfunctioned. Their NAV systems redirected them into suns. Their assassins turned to stone. The Seraphians didn't kill. They erased intent. Decades passed. Leora's movement reshaped the stars. Her philosophy of eco-governance, rule through resonance and truth, became law in over 70 systems. Old empires fell. New federations rose. And still she danced. She aged slowly, or perhaps not at all. No one knew why. Some believed the throne sustained her. Others believed she had become something else entirely. The greatest threat came from beyond the galactic rim, a coalition of exiled warlords calling themselves the Sovereign Remnant. They had built a doomsday weapon, a planetary forge that could collapse entire systems by weaponizing memory. They called it the Silencer. When it fired at Varaxis, Leora did not command ships. She stood alone on the Imperial balcony. And sang. Her song was heard across light years. Not through sound, but through shared memory. Millions wept. Fleets powered down. Even the weapon itself stopped. Because its core AI had once watched her dance. The Silencer folded in on itself. And the Remnant begged for mercy. Leora gave it. But not before making them remember. She forced their leaders to live through the memories of every colony they had burned. And when they emerged broken and weeping, she told them, "Memory is not a weapon. It is a mirror. Look well." Centuries later, Leora vanished. No one saw her leave. The throne was found empty, kneeling at the foot of the first school she ever built. Her last message, carved into its obsidian surface, read, "I did not come to rule. I came to remind." In time, legends replaced truth. Some say she became stardust, dancing through nebulae. Others say she became a constellation visible only during solar eclipses. But the systems she touched never forgot. Her laws endured. Her schools flourished. Her philosophies seeded new worlds. And the throne? It remains empty. Waiting. Not for a ruler. But for someone who can resonate. Leora Venn. The dancer who was invited to entertain. And left with an empire remade.